Hello, it's Wednesday. It's August 5th today. Um, another busy day. Had a full day at work, and then I went to a group therapy session today. And I didn't know what I was getting into. I've never done one before. But I went to it, and it was all right. It was just a group of guys that are just kind of learning about how to rebuild themselves, And what did we talk about today? We talked about core values. So there was like maybe 12 people in this group, and then the facilitator, and we talked about core values. So it was like, what is a core value? Why are core values important? Um, what are three core values that you have, and what are three core values or three of your values that you wish you would do better at, or something like that. So my answers were like, core values are core values are, what did I say? They're things that they're like beliefs, right? Or things that you place importance on that are so much a part of you that they go into all of your decision making without you having to consciously think about them. They're your core values. They go into every decision that you make, even if you're not actively thinking about them. And they're important because they go into every decision you make, right? So my three top core values were consideration, which is thinking about how what you do affects the people around you. Connection, which is all about, just feeling connected to people, having some form of relationship with society in general and with individuals as well. And for my third one, I wanted to get another one with a C, so they could all be C, but I chose understanding, which is being able to put yourself in somebody else's place. I feel like they all three go well together. I don't feel like you can do any of those three very well without doing both of the others. Understanding was also on my list of things that I wish I could do better at. I think I do pretty well with understanding. I think I could do better, and I'd like to do better. This is, I don't know, it might be a humble brag or something, but I don't know that I've ever met anybody that's as considerate as I am. I am constantly thinking about how everything I do affects the people around me, and that includes things like while walking down the street, trying to predict where other people are walking so that I can position myself so that, everybody can walk easily. Does that make sense? I'm very, very much constantly thinking about how the things that I do impact people around me. And for the most part, it just ends up being having good manners, I think. Pushing your chair, don't make a lot of noise for no reason in public places, things like that. I don't know. Yeah, and I really value connection a lot, and I feel like I'm leaning into the connections that I have quite a bit, and I feel good about that. And then later on in this session, after we all shared some of our stuff, and later on in the session, we talked about what is one belief or value that you've learned that has helped you become the person that you want to be? And we also answered, what is one belief or value that you've learned that has harmed your ability to be the person that you want to be? And so what I chose for the thing that helped me is growth in general, kind of a growth mindset sort of thing where like I am just constantly working on being better, learning more, improving, and not in like a self-destructive way where I don't think I'm good enough and I need to improve, but more like a fullness of life sort of way where I'd love to just envelop the world and know everything and experience everything and be able to do everything and be good at everything. I would love to just to have, if I could like pull my chest open and let my heart flow out and cover the world, I would do that. So yeah, growth for that one. And the thing that I've learned that has been harmful in preventing me from becoming the person that I want to be. This is something that Gabby used to say to me, and now it is something that my counselor, Sarah, says to me. So I figure two completely separate sources, it's probably true. And that is that I am so focused on other people that it prevents me from seeing myself sometimes. I can't really advocate for myself because I'm so focused on other people that I will take on greater challenges and personal discomforts and things like that in order to be there for other people. Like if I can make somebody else a little more comfortable by making myself a little less comfortable, I will probably choose to make myself less comfortable. That kind of thing, inability to advocate for myself, and that makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, think about my three core values, right? Consideration, connection, and understanding, and they're all about other people. They're all about other people. So I really place a huge amount of emphasis on other people and not a whole lot on myself. And so yeah, somewhere I've learned that I think I mean, you don't want to be a pushover, right? But I still do think that that's the way to do it. And I've been thinking lately about superheroes quite a bit, and sacrifice, and I'm going to use the term manliness, but I don't mean that in like a gendered way. I mean like I don't know what I mean. If I knew what I meant, I would have used a different word. But I'm not talking about, a gender, maybe what is largely seen as a gender role, but I'm not trying to make this like about maleness, right? But when I think about that stuff, the superheroes and everything, and how they choose to make themselves less comfortable so that other people can be more comfortable, and often in an extreme way, right? Superhero might choose to completely sacrifice himself for the good of others. At the end of The Dark Knight, Batman, he lets the city hate him because it's better for the city. It's a massive sacrifice on his part, but it's the right thing to do, and it's the right way to do it. And I kind of feel like when you take that, I'm going to go with obvious morality and just kind of extend it, to use a mathematical term, extend it, create an extension of that, don't you end up with that a person should choose to be slightly less comfortable in order to make people around them more comfortable? And I've thought about this a lot, right? Over the course of my life, sure, but especially over the last 4 months, as Gabby and I have been separated, and for 6 months or whatever. Before that, when Gabby was saying things to me like, I need to put myself first, I've got to, advocate for myself and take care of myself and whatever. So I've thought about this a lot from a number of different perspectives, and I keep ending up back in the same place where the right thing to do is to put other people first. Every time I end up coming to the same conclusion, no matter how I start. So I don't know how to come to any other conclusion. Other people come to different conclusions, but I don't know how they're doing it. Oh, then on the bus, the friggin' bus, the bus ride to get back to this apartment was an hour and a half. It was exhausting bus ride, but I started taking a class on Coursera called The Science of Well-Being. And as part of this class, first they ask you to take, it's called like the PERMA test, positive emotions, ERMA, whatever they mean, I don't remember, but it's a psychological profile test where they ask you a bunch of questions and you rate it. This sounds like me, this doesn't sound like me, and so on. And it kind of rates and it's supposed to come up with a happiness score, a general happiness score for you. And I got 4.9 out of 10, which is not great. Not great. I did got especially low scores in positive emotions and relationships. I think that makes sense. I got especially high scores in negative emotions and loneliness. There it is. Got really high scores in negative emotions and loneliness. Totaled out to 4.9 out of 10. Supposedly, if you go through the class and you learn the stuff and you do what you learn, you have to act on it. Apparently, the class tends to raise people's overall happiness scores in class, and they often continue to rise after the class is over. But the trick is that you have to do the work. You can't just watch the videos, you've got to do the work. So we'll see. I will definitely report back to you guys on how that goes. Also, as part of the class, they had me take a character strengths assessment. Character strengths assessment, which is, again, a series of questions where you rate yourself as like, that sounds like me, that doesn't sound like me. It's a much longer one than the happiness one. But then it returns, there are 24 strengths, and it kind of rates you on each one and then ranks them as what is like your biggest strength to your lesser strength. And I was kind of surprised by my top one. I am surprised that the top one was kindness. I thought kindness would be pretty high, but I didn't expect it to be number one. That's an interesting thing to learn about myself. It describes kindness as a willingness to be there for other people and to help them when you can. And yeah, I don't know, I emphasize that so much in my everyday life. I'm not sure why I'm so surprised that it was number one, but it was, and it was a surprise to me. Feeling purposeful today. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty purposeful today. I'm kind of excited to keep going with the group therapy and that Science of Wellbeing course. I think that's really exciting. And my improv show is tomorrow, and I'm very excited about that. I really like the group of people that I'm doing improv with. Sadly, we're mostly going our separate ways. After this, a lot of us are taking level 4. Some of us are retaking level 3. A bunch of us are moving on to level 4, but not a whole lot in the same class, which, I'll be sad to miss the people that I've been doing this with for 6 months now, but also I am excited to meet new people in my new level 4 class that starts next week. But the show comes tomorrow. We're gonna meet at the Voodoo Donut, and we're just gonna hang out at the donut shop and have fun together. And then we're gonna go on stage and we're gonna keep having fun together. And I'm super excited about it. I will let you guys know how the show goes tomorrow, and I'll see you then.